Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, this is
Thank you.
smooth.
This is smooth
Good
jazz.
afternoon.
No, it's still
What's up?
morning.
No, you know what? I've been doing that a lot lately. I've been getting
Yeah,
calls
So have
before
I.
12 o'clock, and I'm just like, hey, good
yeah.
afternoon. Good morning. This is Edward.
Yeah, me
Let
too.
me. I'm gonna wake up our little group. I'm gonna go and actually. I'm just gonna go in the alliance movement and just tell them we're live.
Live.
Yes.
Are we
Let's
live
go.
now?
Huh?
30
We
seconds
sure
in?
are.
We
No,
are
we're
live.
already in.
Oh, we're already in.
Good morning, my guys.
Well, good morning, everyone.
My
How you doing,
partners.
guys? What's going on?
Yeah.
You know?
This is
What a
smoother
great week this been, right? You have you have a cold day, hot day, cold day, hot day, cold
Yeah,
day.
no,
hot
Listen,
day.
raining. This
that's
is
how
okay.
New York is.
Jesus.
Okay, that's how New York is. We're just unexpected.
right with the Gemini city, so it's all over the place. That's what you're saying?
Jesus,
Yeah.
Lord, that's a good
Gemini
way of putting
City.
it.
We
Yeah.
can't make
I
up
mean-
our minds. We want to be hot. We want to be cold. We
With
don't
the smooth
want.
jazz.
Well,
What is that?
hence the reason. Yeah, hence the reason why you see people with jackets, shorts, and Uggs. Jackets, shorts, and
Listen.
Uggs.
And
Jackets,
socks
shorts,
with
and
the
Uggs.
Uggs.
Like what the?
You know,
what are you
it's
wearing?
so funny. It's so funny because I believe that we should all have an extra bag with an extra outfit in it because you just never know. You walk out and it's
You
crazy.
know what is good? I have that little down jacket, the very slim one that you roll into a pouch.
Oh yeah. I know
That
those.
yes. So that is what I started rolling with. So I can, it's very thin, so it could be a layer in winter. And right now it's just because it was cool this morning at 8 o'clock.
Right.
Now it's nice and balmy and nice.
It's warm,
At
yo.
6 o'clock, I know
72
it's
degrees right now.
Yeah.
72 degrees.
It's perfect, right? Yeah.
I mean,
I like it. I like 72. I'll tell you one thing.
Okay, hold on. Somebody said talk nice. It's the best
Best
sign.
sign.
I am a Gemini. I am a
Hey.
Gemini. I have
Let's go.
4
That was
houses
Omar, by
with
the way.
Gemini. My moon sign is Gemini, which actually is the one that they're saying is the most important nowadays. So I'm a Gemini.
oh wow.
Moon sign Gemini and a couple of other Gemini stuff. So yeah, I'm a crazy Gemini.
Hey
so I know.
Omar, we do. I listen. I love Geminis. Not really. My brother was a Gemini, and my sister's a Gemini. So no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But,
You love
no,
them.
listen, I do. I'm just messing.
Ah, yeah.
Good
So anyway,
morning.
Good morning,
This-
everyone. Good morning.
okay, so we're coming off
That was
of
such your week.
a big week. Last 7
Very
days,
big
we
week.
kind of supercharged, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we had again. We're not going to kill that dead horse again, but we had this nice event. But how many? We want to know how many of you guys, out of the 10 people that are following us, how many of you
Come on.
attended?
Good morning, Alicio and
the-
Julio. What's
Good
up?
morning. How many of you attended the Track Your Business workshop?
Show of hands.
hand.
Comment in the chat box if you did.
Right.
I was there.
Yeah, well,
I was there.
Of course. But look, I mean, honestly, when it comes to that, I think the good thing about having to go there and to go to any networking party that anyone goes to any educational thing that you go to, whether it's building your business, whether it's learning about multifamilies, FHAs, so on and so forth. I think the one thing is not only hoping that you grab as much attention and knowledge and notes throughout what every speaker is saying. I think that it becomes to a point of the action, and that's something that we spoke about at the end, that the action by which people need to do, So for those that did go, I mean, I'd love to know exactly what did you guys
Omar.
do?
What is that? What is that? A check
It's
mark?
a check mark, yeah.
Check mark stating that Omar was present.
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
So what, like Omar, in that sense, it's like, what did he do right after that meeting? Was he tracking his numbers? Did he take the actions that Ed was pushing? The energy?
Was there a good takeaway? One
right, was
little
there-
golden chicken nugget that he took.
Did you start lead genning in a different way that you were doing before?
Yeah.
So these are things that I think that folks, we tend to have this inability when we go to these particular lessons
Events,
or
yeah.
networking or events. It goes in 1 year, stays there for 24 hours, and then leaves the next 24 hours, right? It
You know
doesn't stay with us.
what is the good thing and the problem for me? And Omar, please just feel free to just comment on the stuff you started implementing or you're thinking of implementing. I
Right.
think what it does is like you get this great feeling, like you get reactivated, revived, re-energized. And
Right.
then it's just, if you don't start doing anything, it just goes down,
Yeah.
down the next day and down and down. By the next week, you forget. And there is some other guy that's going to have another event with some training. And it's going to
Exactly.
be this up and down, like emotional roller coaster, And
Yeah.
we all fall for that, Like I want to shout out Ernst, who yesterday, I don't know if Ernst is a public speaker because I don't think, he does that as a profession, but Ernst is specializing in those multifamily homes. So you would have loved them, Israel. He had this very detailed, very put together presentation. I was great. It was great. A lot of information. He kept it. He didn't go too deep in it, which is great. So he could like basically grasp his audience, and it was good. We still had a full room, and I really want to
Nice.
applaud him for doing this because it looks like we have been doing this for a couple of years now. We're all speaking, we're doing public speech, but for other agents to be able to just get out and teach others what they know, it's like, come on, bravo,
Yeah.
It's
No,
like,
for
this is
sure.
great. Yeah.
That is good. Shout out to
Anyway,
Juan Fernandez because Juan also commented that he was there. So shout out to Juan.
Nice.
Yes.
So what we wanted to kind of tap into is, look, there was a lot of energy, right? There was a lot of motivation. There was a lot of material. There was a lot of skill tracking tools that were promoted. You know what I mean? So the question is, what happened next, right? Like,
Yeah.
what were the steps? Was it something that just kind of inspired you for the next couple of days, or is it something that you started to now make that 2 millimeter shift? That's really what it is. It's like you, all right, cool. I implemented. Shout out to Joel because I spoke to him yesterday, and he was telling me how he just, man, it was just something inside of him switched, man.
Something cathartic. Yeah.
This man
Yeah.
is making calls, like he is hitting the phones, hitting his numbers. So
Wow.
shout out to Joe for that.
That's
But
good.
that's what we're talking about, right? So I want to ask you guys, right? Like, what are some of the steps after that event? Because there was a lot of information, a lot of stuff. Man, when you started talking, I sat back down and I was sitting there trying to pay attention
Reflect
and
and
figure out the
stuff.
numbers
Yeah.
and try to just rework the numbers.
Right.
So there was a lot of information. But after that event, what changed in you guys, right? Like, what shifted inside of you to say, you know what, this right here is something that I'm going to start working on? Like, what have you started doing
Well, for
since
me,
then?
I actually, I took a mirror image, or took an audit of my business for the 9 last months. So whether it's flourishing the way I wanted it to go, or where do I need to be in the next 8-9 months coming up, right? And that's how I looked at it. So these 3 months right now, the first thing I did is I looked over my numbers, shifted to only make sure it's only three months, and I started picking out some accountability partners,
Nice.
right? In the sense that this can't be done by itself. You need to have somebody with you. You need to have somebody to help you, to get you to that next level, just like a training partner or something. So, every week or so, I tend to we meet up, see how our numbers are, how we are reflecting. I'm changing the way I'm doing my advertisements. I'm changing the way I'm changing my brand as well. So these are things that I've been doing. And with the mindset of, as you said at one point of yours, Ed, which was a fix to growth, I'm trying to grow myself into a different, to a different level. And then Gigi, again, the leads, we do get fed a lot of different leads from different sources. But I try to see which one is the best one that actually is going to work for me to get to the numbers I need to get to.
Yeah.
So that's really what I've been doing so far.
Yeah.
What about you, Gigi?
What I have been doing, not
You
enough.
guys mind if I throw this slide in the back about the fixed
Go
mindset
ahead.
and the growth
Go.
mindset?
Sure. What I've been doing, I realize it's like I really need to strengthen my follow-up.
Yep.
because it's all great. We get all those, we go on all those listing appointments, we do this, we meet people, pop, pop, pop. It's nonstop. It's great. It's fun. You're out, you do stuff. And then, it's like you tend to, like this training made me realize a lot of stuff falls through the cracks. And thank God we have systems where I have those people in place in the
Right.
CRM.
Mhm.
So this week I was sorting through the people I spoke to in the summer, in the spring, people that were not ready and stuff like that. I'm like, let me get back, let me see what's up, because those were like actually not even people from cold calling or anything, which I haven't done in a long time. They were more like referrals, like a neighbor referred, a cousin referred, is whatever. Somebody referred their cousin or their brother and stuff
Right.
to sell their parents' house. Thank you for putting that up. And I've been sorting through, and I've been lucky enough to get a couple of positive leads. Even like just spending a couple of days just sorting through, getting couple of confirmation that we're going to get 2 listings coming up
That's right.
very soon.
Very
you
nice.
know Follow back with like the existing. Thank God we've been working with sponsored, followed back with those guys. We're very happy with the last performance we had on selling a sponsor unit in the market that we have right now in co-ops, where co-ops is still performing a little bit slower, but prices have not increased that much, so people are still looking into that. So we're getting that other sponsor unit to probably come on the market after I come back from Vegas. So, very, very positive things, out of the 1 week getting 3 strong listing leads. It's like, I'm like, okay, let's keep on going. Let's keep on organizing myself the best that I can with the fantastic tools that we have. And that's my biggest challenge right there. Organization. And then being able to manage my time to do all meeting all those people and still following following like following up and tracking what we're doing. Tracking is always super important. Yeah. And the growth mindset, you're right.
Absolutely.
Talk about that, Ed. What did you do? And then slide into that.
Well, I mean, let me tell you. So since the event, man, it actually, it honestly, it inspired me. The fact that I was given the ability to be up there to talk to people. The fact that I was up there presenting alongside of you guys, which I remember you guys were the giants in the game. When I came over into real estate and met with all of you guys were the people to talk to. You know what I mean? And now to be alongside of you is pretty awesome. So, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot that I was inspired by at that event. But right after that, man, I didn't stop. That weekend, the event was on Thursday. That weekend, I ended up going on an appointment, locking in the listing. There was more confidence that was spewing out of me. You know what I mean? So it was inspiring because, as I mentioned before, right, it's like you start to get motivated, you start to produce more action, and the more action you produce, you start to get some of that success, and it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
So locked in another listing, went on appointments, met with some buyers. So now I have listings, and now I'm starting to stack up buyers, and I'm taking them out as well. So there's a momentum that's taking place, and it's going to get to the point where I'm no longer using so much energy to produce this. It's just going to be a system that I implement, and it starts to work itself. And now we're talking. You know what I mean? And that's literally what I've been working on, is just to continue to build that momentum, to try to stack up that pipeline, because that's what it's about, right? That's what it's about. It's cool to have a deal, right?
Yeah.
It's so cool to have a deal.
And then what?
But what if the applicant was turned down by the board?
Yeah.
Right? Now you were 3 months in, you were counting down the days like, yo, we're going to close next week. I should have my check by the end of the day. Now what? Now what do you do? Right? But how cool would it be if you actually had 4 or 5 deals pending and one fell through, and you're like, whatever? How cool would it be if you're on the listing end and the deal fell through and you're like, whatever, I'll get another buyer. Matter of fact, 3 months ago, the prices were lower. Now I'm bumping up the price. Now I'm looking good to the owner, to the seller, right? Like I'm looking good to the client. So literally that's what's been happening with me. I've been making my calls. All right. I've been speaking to people. I've been qualifying people, making sure that if I'm meeting with them, it's because it's worth meeting with them. You understand? And it wasn't that way always. All right. But that's what we have to work on. You know what I mean? But I'll leave it at that. I mean, I don't know if you guys had an additional question that you wanted to.
Mine is not more of an additional question; it's more of the additional idea, right? So, in the sense that what people should have gotten out of this at least is the 80-20 rule. You know, to the mindset of actually knowing that 80% of your outcome derives from 20% of your results. To, you know, things that you do. So it's like not always having to do flyers. You're always doing phone calls, or you're always doing this. You're always doing something that it actually provides more of your work. You know, it's a powerful thing to think about. It's really, I think to help people get that mindset that they need to move forward and stop staying plateau and where they're at. I think that's the one thing that each one of us try to actually implement in our conversations, or at least in our speech, right?
Yeah.
Once you track your numbers, like in my case, when you track your numbers, you start to see how your business is actually coming along. You start to see whether or not you actually are going into a negative or a positive. You start to see what needs work, what doesn't need work. And it's, you know, it's possible. People could do passive lead generations to active lead generations.
Yeah.
You know, passive to us, for those that have KV Core, you know, you could do the online thing all day and every day, right? And do that for a couple hours. But then you need to start learning how to track that in the sense of seeing how well you're doing with that.
Of course. What's the result?
Right. All three of us, we actually do phone calls, which is considered active lead generation. You know, if we start tracking how many phone calls we make per hour, we start seeing how many leads we get out of it, how many appointments we get out of it, what, you know, what conversions.
Yeah.
So in the sense of what I'm saying, as far as the speech that I was trying to make, was that is a great way for you to just get off that plateau and start moving forward already with this kind of information.
So for those who don't have any idea of how to really break down all those numbers, we will definitely have, and we're not announcing anything right now, but we will definitely have another super powerful workshop where you'll get everything.
Gigi,
everything.
You cannot say that you're gonna announce it, but not announce it.
Announce it, right? That's what I was thinking too.
You just said it in front of me.
No.
I'm saying it right now. I'm saying it right now. For all you guys tuning in, all right, December 1st, mark your calendar.
Oh my God.
All right.
Yeah, no,
mark that damn calendar. And I'm going to tell you right now to mark that calendar, because we're going to be talking at the Adria Hotel. All right. It's going to be jam-packed, and we're actually going to be putting together an even bigger event. If you were there last Thursday, you would have felt that. You would have felt that room. So guess what? We're bringing it on a bigger scale, and we're working on the fact of getting it to be a free credited course. Wow. I know this is a big talk, but you know what? I'm speaking it into existence. I'm putting it out there, and I'm saying it to each and every one of you. So mark your calendar. It's happening at the Adria Hotel. The time to be determined. I'll let you guys know.
Exactly.
Boom. But it's going to be jam-packed. We're going to have sponsors.
Yeah.
We're going to have the whole event jam-packed. You can yes, sir. You can RSVP. All right. We're going to make a list. Reach out to Alicio. He's going to start taking down your name, email address, and phone number. So yeah, Gigi, you can't just say something.
I was curious. I just was curious to see who in our little audience this morning had. What did you start implementing? What is the one thing you started doing? Or even if it's not even if you don't have it down packed, even if you're not perfect at doing it, what did you switch this week, and what did you see that is making a difference for you? I'm just curious. I just would want to know, guys, what are you doing? Only one little thing that just changed your business, even if it's a 2 millimeter shift this week.
Yeah, I'm curious to know. You know,
We don't have much
but
time. Just go
no,
out,
it's
go
cool.
for it.
But I've been
It's
here.
cool. We could talk about it.
Of
Yeah.
course. I mean, I'm sure
Oh,
we've
yeah.
spoken
About
to
it.
other agents who are probably in here or not here, but
Like I
the
said, man.
things that they've done. I mean, it's people who's actually now picking up the phone calls more often. People who are
Yeah.
tracking in now, but people who have different mindsets now. It's actually it's a lot of good information when it comes down to it. So
Yeah.
It's a little
at the end of
shift.
it,
A little shift. That's all it is.
yeah.
Right?
And
Did
if
you
you're still
actually
trying, I was gonna say, guy, you can put that up. I was gonna say, I mean, for those that are still having a hard time with that tracking sheet, I don't know. I think that's. What do you guys think? Should I put up another small class for that?
Yeah. Oh, door
We can set it up.
knocking.
We can set it up.
Okay. Somebody went to talk to neighbors. Hi.
Check it out.
Nice.
Omar said conversation. So
Yeah.
Omar, and it's
Oh
true, I
my
ran
God,
into him
that's
yesterday in the
amazing.
office. He's having more conversations with
Yeah,
people,
it's great.
right?
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm
Yeah.
happy for you, Omar.
Door
I
knocking.
know,
That's a
and
good one,
I've been
too.
telling Omar he needs to bring out that great personality of his. You
He
know,
has a
it's
really
like
good personality. Yep.
that's what he needs. He needs to shine, make sure like he knows how he can shine to the public. And I really like keep on doing what you're doing, Omar.
Yeah, don't be
You're
shy
gonna
over
try.
it.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's it.
No, it's
Let's
good.
talk
Those are
about
the
that
actions.
slide you had, the fixed mindset
Yeah, put
versus
that back
growth
up.
mindset. That you talk about it like a few minutes so we can just go back over that. Because I know that concept is really like could be really, really brand new and abstract to some people.
Yeah, so I mean, look, for those of you that were there, like Omar, Juan, Alicio, appreciate you guys, man, for tuning in. But we were actually discussing the difference between the two because subconsciously we don't realize what we're doing to ourselves, right? This is from the time you get out of bed, from the time the first words come out of your mouth, even the first idea that enters your mind, you know, like from that moment forward, it's like, how are you looking at things? And that was the whole idea of this, right? Because we don't realize it, and that's the 2 millimeter shift right there, in my opinion, right? It's how you view things. What is your outlook on things, right? That's the key. So for the fixed mindset, it's more of someone who's just, hey, you know what? It's like you bring them an idea, they're going to bring you all the reasons why it won't work. You know, they're going to tell you for sure it's not going to work. And you can ask them, have you done this before? Their response, no, but I heard so-and-so say that it doesn't work. Or I heard they said it doesn't work. The question, and I said this to Gigi earlier, was who the F is they, right? So that's the fixed mindset. It's who told you that? Who told you that it wasn't possible, right?
Yeah.
And if you just make that shift and say, you know what, it's like I can do this, right? Like why can't I do it? Like who's they? And when you really start asking yourself who's they, you're gonna realize, and Gigi said it before, it's just society, right? It's just people having this fixed mindset that this is what you have to be. You have to be a square, right?
A tool in a square.
We don't have to be a square, right? We're thinking outside of the box. How do you think we got here? How do you think we've advanced so quickly, right? That's what it is. It's people trying to think outside the box. So it's literally having that idea and waking up and saying, you know what? Today's my day. I'm going to make these calls and I'm going to start hammering them out. And guess what happens? And that's why I'm shouting out Joel on this because of that. Because of the fact that it literally just took that step. And every single day you do that activity, it just gets easier and easier, right? And it all started with you finally telling yourself, let me just pick up the phone and dial. That's it, right? Let me just go outside. It's beautiful today. 72 degrees out. Let me just go outside and door knock. Right? I sold this listing over here. Let me promote the fact that I sold it. That's it. That's the concept of it. So don't beat yourself over it. And that was literally a little snip. That wasn't even the full thing. And wait till December 1st hits, man. I'll tell you that event's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be jam-packed, but I'm excited. I can't wait.
Let's give a shout out to some of mortgage professionals or attorneys or insurance or title professionals who would want to partner with us and just be part of basically it's a workshop, but part of that little movement that we have where we help one another. So if you're out there, if you're a real estate professional and want to participate in that event that we have not promoted really yet, but come and reach out to us.
I just promoted it. I promoted it last night, by the way.
I know. Let's put it out there. It's great. Yeah.
So it's happening, Gigi.
Yeah,
We're speaking it into existence, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
And it's gonna happen. I do believe of thoughts carrying weight, thoughts being a thing in the universe. Like the more thoughts we have, you've seen, and it's been proven for millennials that thoughts are a thing. They're just
very
not
powerful.
Nothing. Yeah.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
Right. Yo, right. Omar. Yo, shout out to Omar, man.
Omar is our MVP this
MVP.
That's it.
All right. Most valuable posts. Let's go, Omar. Right.
Yeah. So that's it for today. I think it's a short and sweet little session.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna do next week. I'll be in Vegas, so which means it's gonna have to be 6 o'clock.
You're supposed to do the. Anyway, we'll talk about it.
We'll do it. I probably will do it in the lobby of the hotel or something, or find some,
So if it's 11 here, it would be 6 o'clock. You said over there. No.
Yeah. Maybe 7. That should be okay.
7 o'clock.
I think it's 4 hour. Yeah.
Come on.
3-4 hour? What's the difference in Vegas?
3 hours.
3 hours.
That's good.
3 hours.
Yeah. That should be good. All right.
Papaya.
That's it. We're good. So congrats to Omar being the MVP of the week. Yes.
You are the MVP, and don't stop, brother. Remember, 21 days. It takes 21 days to build a habit. So if you're out there door knocking, if you're on the phones hitting them, you're making these hundreds of calls, just keep in mind something very simple. You're making it happen. It's a matter of time. You're a farmer. Plant your seeds. You're going to reap the rewards as long as you stay in the business. Don't give up on yourself, because that's the only thing that you're going to be giving up on. All right. Don't give up on yourself. We believe in you. You should believe in you too.
Yep. All right. On this, much love to everyone. All right, guys.
Absolutely.
All right. Until next week, I guess we'll do, we'll talk about some more action stuff. Let's talk about this.
Maybe you could give us a little sneak peek of the Vegas trip. All right. Maybe we could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we can talk about that, because that's going to be my last day, definitely. And then we can talk about, the good stuff that I've seen and learned. I mean, there is a lot. I downloaded the app, and you guys can do it too. It's the EXP event app, and it's like you could see like all the agenda there with all the stuff they offer. Amazing. But guys, thank you again for tuning in. All right.
I'm excited.
See you soon.
Peace out, Club Scouts. We'll see you guys later. Enjoy your weekend. And remember to stop by the open houses. Show those realtors some love.
Yeah, come and see me in North Valley Stream this weekend.
You're going to be in my neighborhood and you still don't invite me? Yo.
Okay.
I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm doing open houses in East Elmhurst. You can catch me in Queens this weekend.
All right.
Yo, where you going to be at? Right. You going to be in the open houses?
I have no open house this weekend, just a whole lot of showings and kind of other projects I got to take care of this weekend. So
very nice.
Hopefully can knock it out by this weekend, and I'll let you guys know as soon as it's good. It's good to go.
All right. That's it. All right, we're out.
Enjoy your Friday.
Adios.
Peace.
Ciao.